Having this area filled makes the forehead appear narrower, giving a masculine look. We'll balance it using the best hair follicles.
Hello, I'm Director Lee Suik from Modumo Clinic in Daegu. Today, I'm going to walk you through a surgical procedure.
Today's surgery is a very small one, like a minor procedure. This patient has already had one surgery with us before. We're now doing a second surgery on this patient. We previously lowered the hairline on his left side, where he had deep M-shaped hair loss. The density inside, you see that area marked in purple? We performed density reinforcement surgery, and 12 months later, the hairline is well established. The hair has grown in so naturally. Now, as we designed, could you please look at me for a moment? The very end point of the eyebrow, on the orbital rim, that's the eye socket. When you look at our skull, you notice the eye sockets, correct? There's a somewhat thicker section where the eyebrow should grow, right at that very end point. If you go straight out from where the upper and lower eyelids meet, about 2 centimeters out, there's a spot we call the TP, or temporal point. At this particular point, there's a subtle curve in the skull. Following that curve, the hair typically grows upwards for about a finger's width. This represents the customary and natural hair design for most Korean men. When M-shaped hair loss is severe, this area recedes. Some only have M-shaped recession, while for others it also widens. So, when this area widens, it extends to the sideburn line. In severe cases, it widens completely to this point. The more this area is filled, the narrower the forehead looks, creating a more masculine feel. I also had an M-shaped hairline, but not with that much recession. So we created this look, and our patient said he was completely satisfied with the surgical density and the result. When we first designed it, I mentioned this part to him. We proceeded, and now that it's complete, the patient still feels, "This really bothers me. It's quite indented. Do you see this area?" We'll be filling in this area, and the same goes for the other side. This area is almost entirely composed of single, vellus-like hairs. If we implant thick hairs here, it will look extremely unnatural. Therefore, we will be using fine hairs for this section to fill it in. We'll take a look, and if there are any other areas that need it, we can do a little more density reinforcement. The curve means it's like a wig that's slightly crooked. Because this central line is significantly skewed, this side will appear more vacant, while the other side will seem less so. This area will look more receded, and this side less so. Fewer follicles will go here, and more will go there. So this will be a corrective procedure. He's had one surgery already, so if you look later, we did a non-incisional surgery on him before. You'll be able to see the small punch marks in the donor area. So even if the back isn't visible at first, we'll do a partial shave there, and then check how the first procedure turned out. First, let's take a look at that. Where the hair parts, these areas are prone to appearing less dense. We'll reinforce this area a bit more. Since the hair tends to part and separate here, it often appears a little sparse for everyone. This procedure, therefore, aims to enhance the density in this specific region. This point is intact, but his is a case where the M shape receded upwards and took this area with it. The white dots are the marks from the previous extraction. and above them are areas we haven't harvested from yet. Taking from these areas will create better balance. Over here, we've already harvested from this section. We'll carefully balance it and select good hair follicles.
This machine, which has a ring, is designed to consistently maintain the temperature at exactly 1 or 2 degrees. Its primary purpose is to preserve the quality of the hair follicles for transplantation.
Alright, we've made all the sites for implanting the follicles. Now we just place the harvested follicles into the nicely prepared spots, and we're done. All done. You know the drill, right? In about 10 days the scabs fall off, leaving stubble. That stubble will then fall out after about 3 weeks and then grow back in. So we'll see you again at 3-month intervals to check that everything is growing well and there are no issues. And don't press on your head like that. Please get plenty of sleep, drink lots of water, and thank you for your hard work today. We'll wrap up now.
Well, today's procedure is now perfectly finished. It took a little longer than we thought, around 3 to 4 hours. There were no difficulties. Since he's had this done before, his hair follicle condition and everything was in the surgical record. We double-checked, harvested accordingly, and implanted them. They should grow in just as well as the first time. We call these petite procedures. They're like small hair transplants, for example, extending sideburns, or for women who often get facelifts. When middle-aged women get facelifts, sideburns can disappear. For sideburn reconstruction, or to hide the incision line from a facelift, it is pulled back into the hair. But, as it is an incision, it will inevitably leave a scar. For men, creating a beard, filling in a mustache, or other patchy spots, and eyebrow transplants, all of these fall under petite procedures. It typically takes 2 to 4 hours. Though the follicle count is low, we focus on meticulous design. For areas like eyebrows, design is critical. We pay close attention to that. Today's was a procedure to fill in the sides, and I think it went very well without any major issues. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact the clinic at any time. You did a great job today.